So here's the last part of this lecture, and we look at the hydrography of the Western Pacific. It means is the different water masses that you. Okay, we talked about water masses before, and we talked about bottom water, deep water, intermediate water, stuff like that. Okay, so what's shown here are three vertical transects, okay, from the south to the north, cutting across the Western Pacific Ocean. And the top image shows you the temperature distribution. And again, you can see the warm water of the permanent thermocline regions, which are dominated by temperature stratification. Essentially, what you do here is you cut through the subtropical gyre. You can see some signature here at the equator. You can see it gets a little bit shallower. Also, indicated by the equator. All right. Okay, so in the salinity structure, you can identify intermediate water. These are these tongues of low salinity water. Okay, it's a minimum salinity that you can identify both north and south of the equator. Okay, and the bottom distribution shows you dissolved oxygen, and here you can identify a zone of very low oxygen content, dissolved oxygen, a so-called dead zone, very pronounced in the North Pacific Ocean. And if you compare the salinity and the oxygen, you have to be a little bit careful with the interpretation, because this intermediate water is actually pumped in exactly at the top of this oxygen minimum zone. Oxygen minimum zone is actually located underneath. Okay, these are regions which are excluded from a direct ventilation, okay, of ambient water. The main reason for the North Pacific is there is no deep water formation in the North Pacific. Okay, it's totally different in the North Atlantic, where you have a high oxygen content. Okay,